colored by my yellow sign. Lost the only thing I hold dear. So happy fucking New Year. Another round of biding time. Now we underground, cutting up 1,000 cells. Cast me off screen and deep inside. Think I found a better place to hide me. Off screen, it seems there's no sign. Pretending there's a better place to hide. Conspiracy is suspect, and there's a virus in the subtext. But I just wanna go outside. A complicated payday, bury me in red tape. They're stealing everybody's time. Now we underground, cutting up 1,000 cells. Cast me off screen and deep inside. Think I found a better place to hide. Love me or leave me. You can't even see me. Colored by my yellow sign. What's up, world? Welcome to the KEL Show. I'm your host, KEL. We don't need the glasses yet. We're not reading anything. So, what's good? How's it going? Hope you had a good week. Nice to see you again. My favorite thing to do all week. I look forward to it, actually. Think about it, what I'm going to talk about, all that stuff. Good. Let me see. Are we live everywhere? Making sure it's all working. It's all good. Seems like we're good. Cool. Cool. Another exciting week, another beautiful week here in the lovely city of Prague. Making some music, getting my live set finally together after some technical issues. Not really issues, because the thing is I've been basing my whole new setup for live on a program, which I will probably talk about at some point. But it's an app that I'm using on the iPad called Loopy Pro. And I was lucky enough to be a beta tester on a new version, which has a ton of amazing features. However, as is the thing with beta versions, there are some hiccups along the way. And me, because I like to live on the edge, I've been using it anyway. So, as expected, there were a couple of technical issues, but it seems like they're actually resolved. And for those of you who care, and those of you who are in the know, Loopy Pro 2.0 should be dropping very, very, very soon. I think we're eminently close to the official release of Loopy Pro 2.0. So I would recommend that. I don't have an affiliate link to give you, to save you any money, or for me to make any money off of it. I'm just telling you because I think it's a cool thing. However, if they did want to give me an affiliate link, I would certainly appreciate it. Anyway, today we're going to get into some questions that I've been collecting over the week, over time. It's not just over the week. Whenever anybody asks a question that I think might have an interesting answer, I try to remember it, jot it down, put it in my notes and those kind of things. So I got some questions we're going to answer today. I just literally got finished having a jam with a new young friend, a musician who's a student here in Prague, and it's cool. Should be fun. I like to hang out with the youth, hang out with some younger people sometimes. They're still full of hope and happiness and hope for the future, basically, I guess is what it all boils down to. They're not beat up by life yet, like most people my age. We go through the ringer, so you end up catching a tinge of the pessimism sometimes, or you think you know how things are going to turn out and you are used to the way things have been turning out. And I remember actually when I was a younger guy, teenager, even early 20s, I used to be full of ideas and the world seemed full of possibilities. And I think as you get older and you see things repeat over and over again, you start thinking that things can't change. But deep down, I believe they still can, and I believe they could if somebody just put in the effort to make it happen. So I like to be around the younger people. And in this case, he's a young musician who had a little jam. He's going to probably do a gig or two with me, and it'll just be an experience for him. But, maybe I'm paying it forward a little bit, showing him a little bit of the old regime, how things used to be, what things used to be like back in my day, as they say. All right. KEL Show, number 11. Episode number 11. Some thought we'd never make it this far. Most people just didn't care. But here we are, nonetheless. All right. Let's dig into some questions. Let's see what could be an interesting question to start with today. Let's jump in. Let's get heavy. Let's get deep. Can you share a lesson you learned the hard way in the music industry? Ooh. I think it would be easier to choose a lesson I learned the easy way. I am unfortunately one of the people who learns everything the hard way. And I think some things are unlearnable any other way. I think some things you can't learn unless you actually go through it. So I think maybe not even just in the music industry, but I think that just a lot of things you have to learn by doing. And definitely that's how I learn everything. I think a hard lesson, I don't know if I learned it the hard way, but a hard lesson I had to learn was that people are not as unique as I would have liked to have thought. I think that people like to be in boxes, and I think people like to be in part of scenes and part of tribes, and music is one of those things where a long time ago, it used to be because of genre. You had the rock crowd, you had the hip hop crowd, you had the electronic music crowd, you had the metalheads, and even the subgenres of, alternative music, indie music, and those kind of things. And back when I was young, that really separated people socially. And what I've come to learn over the years is people actually want that. And I was always trying to not be that, and actually not being part of a scene specifically has made my journey actually a lot harder and a lot slower. For example, if you're a gothic metal band, there's a gothic metal scene and you follow the gothic metal artists and you read the gothic metal publications and you promote to those people, and it's a very narrowed field. Whereas if you do something that's more varied and less pigeonholed, then it's actually harder to find your path on how to promote it or find your audience because it's not as specific. So I think the long-winded thing of what I'm trying to say is that if you're trying, when it comes to promotion, the more labels you can put on yourself, the better. And the more inside of some sort of box you are, the better. It doesn't matter which box, but being inside some kind of thing that's easily describable is actually much better for promotion. And that was always something I didn't want to do. And I think a lot of artists say, oh, don't put me in a box, don't label me. But in this case, labeling yourself is actually very beneficial. If you're a singer-songwriter and you do singer-songwriter style songs, you can promote to people who like singer-songwriters. So it's easy. And I never really had a hero of an artist that I tried to emulate kind of in any way. I mean, I liked different artists over the years, and I've been influenced by lots of people, obviously, like we all have, but I've known plenty of musicians, guitar player, for example. Like I know guitar players who are like, oh, I love this guy, whether it be, let's say, I love Joe Satriani. So the guy would try to play like Joe Satriani. He would buy a guitar like Joe Satriani's, make his guitar sound like that, and play similar music, and then also listen to other music that did it and listen to other guitar players who wanted to sound like that. So in that case, it's just almost easier to be, not almost, it's easier to be part of a scene than it is to be a free agent, let's say. We'll call that. So anyway, yeah, that was a hard lesson. And it's a hard lesson that I'm still learning because I'm still the same. And maybe that's my lane, is not being in a lane. I don't know. All right, let's do a lighter one. Let's see. I got a few questions here that some of them are pretty good. What's the most unexpected thing you've learned from your time in Prague? I think anybody being abroad for any kind of time, I think when you're in a place at first, you notice all the differences and you notice the cultural shift and you notice the quirks and the weirdness. And then I think the longer you're in a place, you start seeing how people are more similar than different. And the style changes, but the fundamental thing is basically still the same. People are people everywhere, and most of the world, most of the people in all countries are just the middle. You know, coming from America, I think we often think of Europe as more, I don't know, culturally sophisticated in a way, fancier, maybe even snobbier in a way. And I think something I've come to discover here is that that's not true. People are mostly people. There are farmers here, there are blue-collar people here, and most of the people are that. I live in the city here in Prague, so it's definitely more like a city, and there's more, you know, people that work in offices than in a field for sure, but overall you realize that most people are similar, and we'd probably do, messed up again. Most people are similar, and we'd do a lot better to accept that and realize that, you know, we all just want to live life and be happy and have families and love each other. So maybe if we tried that, the world would be a little bit perhaps better off. Okay. So, here's one. How do you prepare mentally and physically for a high-stakes performance or gig? Well, I don't think you can prepare mentally or physically for a specific gig. And I just think you have to stay on top of your shit. I mean, physically, obviously, you just got to practice and you got to be good at what you do and burn it into your skull so you don't have to think about it when you're up there. And if you do catch a little bit of the nerves of something going different or a problem that happens on stage, the musical part is burnt so deep into your brain that it doesn't really affect it, like that it's second nature, that you don't really have to think about that part. And also physically, just staying healthy, staying fit. I mean, as a singer, the worst feeling in the world is when when you know your voice isn't right. And when you know it's not going to happen and you know you're not going to be singing your best. That's like the worst feeling ever, believe me. So avoiding that as much as possible, which is a daily practice of just keeping yourself healthy, is definitely the way. Mentally, yeah, just focus on the goal, focus on the task. Try not to think about the whole thing as bigger than it is. Just focus on what you're doing, not what's going to happen or what it means or any of those things or any of that. And here's the thing. I think this is human nature, but especially as artists, especially as performers, we always, if you do something and 50 people tell you great job and then one person was like, nah, that kind of sucked, all you're going to think about is what that one person said. And so when you're playing on a stage and you see 100 people having a good time, and then there's one guy in the corner with his arms folded, not really digging it, don't worry about that guy. Focus on the 100 people that are having a good time. Actually focusing on the 5 people in the front that are having the best time is where your attention should honestly be. And that's a good little mental hack to keep you in the game. All right. How do you push through creative blocks when the inspiration runs dry? I don't actually believe in inspiration. So creative blocks, I don't know. I think that's just more of a bad mood or something. I think you just do it anyway and you just make something that sucks. So if you're trying to create I think this is a myth that there are creative blocks, that there's sometimes you just try to do something and you can't do anything. That's not true. When you try to do something and you say you can't do anything, what you really mean is you're trying to do something and you can't do anything good. So if you just do something bad anyway, just get it out. Ed Sheeran had a quote in an interview talking about his advice to young songwriters or new songwriters was just to write as much as possible and get all the bad stuff out so you can get to the good stuff. He likened it to, turning on a faucet in an old house, that you turn on the faucet and just brown water comes out. So you just got to let all that brown shit come through till you get to the nice clear water. And it's kind of the same thing with creating something. You just have to do the bad shit to get to the good shit, I guess. So how do you push through creative blocks when the inspiration runs dry? Is you just do something anyway and remind yourself that that's not really a thing, that you can't just run out of stuff. There's not a limit on how many ideas you're going to have in your life. Oh, this is the question of the day. How do you find the balance between staying true to your art and making a living? The $1 million question. Now, I'm going to focus on the you in this question and tell you what I think. And this is definitely not going to be true or probably the case for everyone. That's for sure. So, for me, Ian, this is a really tricky tightrope to walk. And I'm going to make a confession. In the part of making a living, I don't actually stay true to my art. And I think what makes me able to stay true to my art is making a living. I made the choice that I would rather spend all my time making music. Some say to the detriment of integrity, because I do play a bunch of stuff that I really would rather not play. And it's only because I'm doing a gig to make money, literally. So I made that choice because for me, it was much worse to sell my time in blocks by the hour to somebody than it was to choose my own destiny. Now, it's been far less stable, and we've talked about that before, but from the perspective of staying true to the art, it's almost separate, honestly. Like, I write songs to sell for money. And is that art? Yeah, it's creative, it's fun, and I enjoy it, and it's a process. So how I take it is this. I take all of these things, playing gigs, writing songs, writing way outside of my style or anything I would actually do. I take those things as all practice, training, because I've never been that disciplined, another confession, about sitting in a room and practicing. But when I have a reason to do it, I will absolutely do it. I've never missed a deadline. And I don't say never canceled a gig, but I think maybe once or twice I canceled a gig only because I literally could not physically make any sound out of my head. But I would never, ever spend so many hours actually singing full songs if I didn't have gigs that paid me to do it. I would never, ever write 40, 50 tracks in a month if I wasn't pitching for something for some direct commercial reward. So even though those things aren't exactly part of my artistic expression, they absolutely enhance my ability to create my own art. So my box I wrap it up in is that me being able to keep my head in music makes me better and more able to make better art. And I don't actually make a living from my art. I make a living from my skill in music. Hope that makes sense. Here's an easy one. What's the best advice you would give an artist just starting out today? Record everything, put everything out, put as much stuff on TikTok especially and social media in general as you possibly can. Make everything public and live the whole journey publicly if that's what you really want, and build a fan base and connect with people from day one, and just keep on stacking those numbers, stacking those fans, get a mailing list, and never lose touch. You'll be amazed at how much that compounds over the years. I did not do that, and I regret it. But I came up before social media, but it is what it is. So take that as some advice from somebody who learned the hard way. My shoulders, am I sitting like this? All right. Oh, we got a question over here on YouTube. In the future, how scared should we be about AI music making more money than an original artist? Is this starting to happen? Thoughts? It has not happened yet. However, I think it's absolutely going to happen. But I don't think there's going to be immediately AI taking over for artists per se. But there's a lot of utility music, which I was just speaking about, this sync music, this music I make for TV that lots of people make a good living off of. There's some level of it, and that level is on the bottom, that will be replaced by AI for sure in the relatively near future. Now, I think what's definitely going to happen is AI is going to be a collaborator to people. And I think that if you're a musician starting now, or at any level, wherever you are in your musical journey right now, you should be using AI as a collaborator. And you have to, it's a very slippery slope because I'm sure everybody's aware of all the lawsuits that are floating around and all that stuff that of the people who of the record companies basically and publishers suing AI companies because the AI has trained itself on copyrighted material. So what it's spitting back out is basically reiterations of copyrighted material. So you have to be careful about actually using anything, but like bouncing the ideas off and using AI to like sketch out songs is a real possibility, and it's real easy, and it can speed your workflow up right now. But eventually, I'm a bit of a fatalist with stuff like this. I think once the cat's out of the bag, it's out of the bag and it's never going back in. I mean, I think that eventually we will have a completely AI pop star, for example. I think eventually. I don't know how long that's going to take, but eventually it'll happen. It'll be weird at first, but, everything gets commoditized. When anything becomes too easy to do, it loses its value. So that's happened in levels, in degrees. I mean, in the 60s and 70s, just making a good recording was rare, just to be able to record something well. Now anybody could do that for free on their iPad. You can make a recording way better than anything in the 60s or 70s. And I'm not talking about the performances. I'm talking about the actual technology and the sound quality. So recording studios are no longer as good of a business as they used to be. So that's going to happen with AI in some capacity. I'm definitely not the expert to answer it, but my prediction and the way I'm kind of moving through life about it is that there is somewhat of a ticking time clock with it in certain aspects of music for sure. And the low-hanging fruit is going to be, when a music supervisor can just type in to an AI, hey, I need a song that sounds like this and this kind of BPM with this kind of mood with these kind of instruments, and AI can spit it out 20 versions in 5 seconds, then why are they going to search through a catalog of a million things and clear it with people when they could just use that? I think AI music will definitely take over music that's not important, like where it's literally just a background supporting mood. It will take over that relatively soon. So yeah, that's that. All right, jump into another question. Where we going? All right. I think I've answered this a million times, but what's one more? 1,000,001. What's the biggest conception about being a working musician that drives you nuts? And this is it. Everybody thinks that there are two levels of working in music. There is starving artist busking on the street, and there's number one on Spotify selling out arenas. And there are literally hundreds of thousands of positions between those two things. There are so many people that work in music in so many ways that are just really normal, making music, making money, and have a stable career, stable life, jobs, families, those kind of things. And this misconception is that there is a thing called making it, where there's some line where you go from being a failure to being a success, and that's just not the case. It's a career like any other. I mean, there are extremes on both sides. There are definitely those outliers that everybody knows and loves and become big stars and big artists, but there are lots of people between. And then there's even another side of it where I was talking to a friend of mine who's, got a great project, and their band are talking to a bunch of labels, and they're talking about like what their position could possibly be in the world of music. And one of the execs asked them, he's like, how many stadium or arena acts do you think there are in the world? Like generally, how many people, how many artists in the world do you think play in arenas? An arena, just for those, is 10,000-ish people. Could be like let's say between 5 and 15,000 seat arena venues is an arena. So selling 5 to 15,000 tickets, it's a lot of tickets. And the answer is hundreds of thousands of people. Hundreds of thousands of artists in the world can play arenas and do. And most of us have never, ever heard of. So even that, you can have a great career and have a great fan base, and still 99.9% of the world has never heard of you. But you can be big in your niche, or you can be big in your scene, basically. So the biggest misconception about being a working musician is just that it's a totally viable, normal thing. Let's normalize being a working musician. Everything gets normalized these days. I actually miss the days when nothing was normal. I don't want to be normal. I don't want to be normalized. I want to be weird. I always wanted to be the weird outsider. Lucky for me, that was easy to do. I am. All right. Let's do a couple more questions here. What advice would you give someone trying to break into the corporate gig scene in Europe? Well, don't suck. Yeah, that's it. Just don't suck. Be good. Be easy to work with. Be dependable. Build a reputation. The thing is, with stuff like this, any kind of private events or like that kind of thing, of course you have to do a great job. Of course you have to show up and entertain the people and be great. But to get the gig in the first place, you're usually dealing with someone called an agent. An agent is the person who a company, for example, would hire to say, hey, we're throwing a party. We want this type of food, this type of venue, this type of music. We're going to present this kind of thing. We want this kind of thing, blah, blah, blah. And the agent organizes all that stuff. So your point of contact as the musician or as the entertainment is the agent. So basically you just got to make sure you make the agent's job as easy as possible, up to and including totally I hate when I forget English words. Up to and including totally exceeding the expectations of the client. But aside from that, yeah, it takes a little time. And if you're going to do it as a band with more than one person involved, then you also need to make sure everybody in the band is on the same page, and you need to make sure you all dress appropriately, act appropriately at the venue from the time you arrive till the time you leave. Make sure nobody does the stupid things like drinks too much or, tries to pick up the guests, that kind of thing, All right, we're going to end with one more question before we move into some music. I'm actually excited to play a few songs today because last week I ran into some technical issues, which were my fault, but, hey, shit happens. So I think we got those ironed out. So we're going to play some music today. Which album or song reshaped how you think about music and why? So I don't know if this album reshaped how I think about music, but this album definitely changed my whole perspective and maybe even my focus a bit on what being a producer means and what producing music means. And that was OK Computer by the legendary Radiohead. And I heard that album and it just really changed, like it just opened my mind of like what's even possible or different ways to think about how to produce music and the way things should be done in a studio. Not should be done, the way things could be done in a studio. And it made me think about recording as a different type of performance. Whereas before that, I think I always wanted to make a recording sound like a really great version of my band playing. And that can be cool, but the difference between a recording and a live gig is in a live gig, you have literally unlimited dynamics. You have a lot of volume. You have other people. You have just the energy of a group of people being in a room together. Whereas in a recording, it's by nature sterile. It's by nature drastically reduced dynamically. And so hearing OK Computer and the production on that album really changed my perspective of what you could do or could think, or I don't know, just a different way to think about sound in general and even song structure and those kind of things. You know, it really didn't sound like a live band to me. It sounded like a piece of work in itself. And I really like that. So, yeah, that's that. So very cool. Some good questions today. That was nice. All right. So, here we are. Coming to the end of another exciting episode of the KEL Show. I appreciate you guys hanging out, watching, tuning in, asking questions. Very cool stuff. Feel free to share this with your friends if you think they might like it. And of course, it's live right now, but it does stay up on the old YouTube permanently. So you can always tune back in later. If there's something you want to miss, something you missed, or something you want to rewatch and learn. Anyway, we're going to make the shift to the live music area. See ya. you ever change your mind about leaving me behind? Oh, bring it to me, bring your sweet love, bring it on to me, yeah, 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 'cause you know I laugh when you left, but I only hurt myself. Lord, bring it to me, bring your sweet love, so bring it on to me, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll give you money, do it too, but that ain't all I do for you. Oh, bring it to me, bring your sweet love, bring it on to me, yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I tried to treat you right, but you stayed out late at night, and I forgive you. Bring it to me, bring your sweet love, bring it on to me, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'll always be your slave till I'm buried and in my grave. Lord, bring it to me, bring your sweet love, and oh, bring it on home to me, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ever change your mind about leaving me behind? Lord, bring it to me, bring your sweet love, bring it on to me, yeah, 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 oh yeah. 1979. Cool kid, never had the time. On a live wire straight up off the street, you and I should meet. Jukebox skipping like a stone, with a headlight pointed at the dawn. We were sure we'd never see an end to it all. We look at shape these simple blues, and we don't know just where our bones will rest. Dust our good, forgotten and absorbed to the earth below. Across the vacant and the board, then I'm sure what we have in store. Morphine City slipping blue down the street. We look at as fast as we are. Feel the roar in a land of thousand forced stars, forgotten and forsaken on the street. Times go by fast than the speed of sound, faster than we thought. We got down the sea today, loud. Justine never knew the rules, hung down with the freaks and ghouls. Apologies never need be made. I know you better than you fake it on the street. We look at as fast as simple blue. We don't know just where our bones will rest. Dust again, forgotten and absorbed to the earth below. Street heat's urgency of now. As you see, there's no one around. Thanks for joining me over here on the internet. We're playing some songs for you. Thank you. as good as I should have. Maybe I didn't love you quite as often as I could have. Little things I should have said and done, just never took the time. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Maybe I didn't hold you. It's lonely, lonely nights. And I guess I could have told you I was happy that you're mine. Made you feel second best. Forgive me, I was blind. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Tell me that our sweet love hasn't died. Give me one more chance to keep you satisfied, satisfied. Said and done, just never took the time. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Tell me that our sweet love hasn't died. Chance to keep you satisfied, satisfied. Maybe I didn't treat you quite as good as I should have. Maybe I didn't love you quite as often as I could have. Little things I should have said and done, never took the time. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind.
You see here, kid? You gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after or what came before. You just gotta bend your knees, take a deep breath, and jump. And you might think, what if I fall? Well, what if you don't? What if you fly?
The ship in the harbor, you can be safe from harm till the end. If you're afraid of the dark, you can light up a spark. I'll be your best friend. I'll be right there by your side, even for the longest ride down the roughest road. I'll be right there by your side. I'll make you feel like home. If the waves come crashing down, trust that I will be around to keep you safe and sound. And let that rain keep pouring down, 'cause we're in this together now. I'll keep you safe and sound. Safe and sound. I will keep you safe and sound. Got nothing to fear, never I'm near. Stick together now. It's just the beginning, the story and already stronger now. I'll be right there by your side, even for the longest ride down the roughest road. I'll be right there by your side, I'll make you feel like crashing down, trust that I will be around to keep you safe and sound. And let that rain keep pouring down, 'cause we're in this together now. Keep you safe and sound. If the waves come crashing down, trust that I will be around to keep you safe and sound. And let that rain keep pouring down, 'cause we're in this together now. Safe and sound. Na 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 na. Keep you safe and sound. Na 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 na. I'll keep you safe and sound. I will keep you safe and sound. I will keep you safe and sound. I will keep you safe and sound. Bro, yeah, I play
With or Without You, with a very similar intro drone, but in a different key. That right there was called Safe and Sound, the song I wrote, actually. All right, we're gonna try something different. Isn't the best place to find a lover, so the bottom is where I go. Me and my friends at the table doing shots, drinking fast and then we talk slow. Come over and start up a conversation with just me, and trust me and give it a chance. Lord, put your hands up, tell the man on the jukebox, then we start to dance. And I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Said, boy, just don't talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet do. Though my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room. My bed sheets smell like you. Every day let's go and rent something brand new. I'm in love with your body. 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 Every day let's go and rent something brand new. Love with the shape of you. Story began, we're going out on our first date. But you and me are thrifty, so all you can eat. You take your bag and I fill up your plate. Talk for hours and hours about the sweet and the sour and how your family's doing okay. Then we hop in a taxi, kissing the backseat, tell the driver let the radio play. And I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love is handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Said, boy, just don't talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet do. Though my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room. Now my bed sheets smell like you. Every day let's go rent something brand new. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love
my baby, come on. I'm in love with the shape of you. There's a boy I magnet do. You're my heart is falling too. I love your body. Last night you were in my room. Now my bed sheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I love your body. The shape of you. All right, all right, all right. All right. Let me play one more song for you. Watch the waterfall, will tell my story. No one's listening, they don't understand me anyway. And it feels like home for an alien. Things are changing, it never makes a difference anyway. So just let me be. I've had enough of everything. Thought I told you I need something different, so let me be. Saw my friend at the bitter end. Said I'm gonna do it, man. No one here will miss me anyway. So don't do that, man, it's not that bad, and I'll miss you besides. You ain't got the courage anyway. He said, just let me be. I've had enough of everything. Thought I told you I need something different, so let tell me where to run, I'll run as fast something different. So let me be, yeah. Just let me be. And on that solemn note of another original song called Waterfall, I'm going to leave you for tonight. Thank you so much for listening to me. It's been a pleasure.
Hey, so this is a little awkward, but I kind of just wanted to call and get it over with. Things haven't really been working out so well between us, and I think it's time for both of us to kind of just move forward. I care about you a lot, but I think that this is the best decision for me.
Conspiracy is suspect, and there's a virus in the subtext. But I just wanna go outside. A complicated payday, bury me in red tape. They're stealing everybody's time. Now we underground, cutting up a thousand sounds. Cast me off screen, down deep inside. Think I found a better place to hide. Love me or leave me, you can't even see me. Colored by my yellow sign. Lost the only thing I hold dear. So happy fucking New Year. Another round of biding time. Now we underground, cutting up a thousand sounds. Cast me off screen, down deep inside. Think I found a better place to hide me. Off screen, it seems there's no sign. Pretending there's a better place to hide. Conspiracy is suspect, and there's a virus in the subtext. But I just wanna go outside. A complicated payday, bury me in red tape. They're stealing everybody's time. Now we underground, cutting up a thousand sounds. Cast me off colored by my yellow sun. Lost the only thing I hold dear. So happy fucking New Year. Another round of biding time.